Hey everybody, welcome back to the vlog. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate each and every one of you. So today we're going to be talking about Canon and an interview that they had with Nikkei, which is a Tokyo-based news agency. The CEO over there at Canon had this interview and it was a little bit gloom and doom. But we have to talk about it. Not everything is roses, right? So we're going to talk about it a little bit. Now, let me start out by saying that Canon said, or the CEO said that, listen, our company has seen camera sales decline by 10% over the last few years, year over year over year, 10%, 10%, 10% less in sales volume. Now, that's both for SLR and mirrorless. Very interesting, right? Both SLR and mirrorless. They also said that the total world market for ILCs, or interchangeable lens cameras, is around 10 million units. But even though mirrorless sales have increased and DSLRs or SLRs have decreased, the bottom line is there's not increased sales that's happening with this. It's basically, instead of additive, it's replacing. Right? So instead of selling X number of DSLRs, they're selling a little bit more of the mirrorless, but they're not selling more cameras. It's just changing what cameras are being sold. Not good. Also, what he stated is Canon is going to start focusing less on the consumer side, but more on the corporate market. What does that mean? Well, we know that corporate means to them surveillance and medical. The same thing with Nikon or Nikon. They do a lot in medical. Why? Because there's money there. These corporations, big money, especially like robotics. And when you're talking about moving products around on conveyor belts, there's a lot of stuff that goes on in this corporate market where they make a lot of money. So they're going to start focusing on that a little bit more. Why is that? What they're saying is that 10% year over year is going to start accelerating. And they're predicting, the CEO over at Canon is predicting a 50% drop in just 2 years' time. That is massive. So you're going from 10% every year, 10%, 10%. In the next 2 years, you're looking at a 50% drop. You're looking at 25% year over year for the next 2 years. That's a lot of decline. So Canon's CEO said that people are usually shooting with smartphones. That is a quote from him. I mean, guys, we know that, right? They are shooting with smartphones. He also said that professional or pro-ams, or however you want to call them, amateur shooters, are purchasing just a lot less. He's predicting about 5 to 6 million units compared to that 10 million. That's that halving that he's talking about on consumer sales. That is a big deal, right, guys? That is a big deal. Now, we see it, right? We see it. You go outside, you go to the stores and whatnot, and you notice that there's no photography stores left. There's no more brick and mortar, right? They're just not there. You can't just go somewhere and pick up a camera and try playing around with it. There's not a lot left. You could also see with the portrait studios, how many are left out there? A lot of portrait guys have just taken their shingle off their location and said, I'm done. I can't do it anymore. The same thing with wedding guys. The wedding photographers are now doing it as a secondary job instead of a primary job. Why? The money is just simply not there. The brides are hiring Uncle Buck with the box camera that comes out of Costco. Talking about Costco, look at them. Many Costcos down here by me no longer have photo labs in them. Those photo labs have been replaced with like big screen TVs. Right? Costco used to make a lot of money in their photo lab, and they just slowly went away. People are not printing anymore. That's the reason. People are simply not printing. They're taking all of these pictures with their smartphones, and then they have 5, 6, 7,000 pictures in their smartphones, and it ends up going into the ocean or smashed, and they just lost 6, 7, 8,000 memories. Right, guys? This is what's going on. People are not printing images anymore. They're on their phones and not on their cameras. It's a big problem. It's a big issue. Now, Canon is predicting, or Canon's CEO is predicting, that this is going to stop. It's going to hit rock bottom in 2 years. At that 5 million mark is what he's saying. So we have 2 more years of falling to do. Now that falling is going to be an increased falling according to Canon. Like I said, from 10% to 25% year over year for the next 2 years. Kind of scary. What are people going to do? What are you going to do in your business, seeing that this goes on? And also, what do you think is going to happen with companies like Panasonic that's going now into full frame mirrorless? The companies that are just starting out in something brand new and putting a ton of R&D money into it. How are they going to fare? Are they throwing, money good after bad? What are they doing? Is it going to be helpful, or is this going to actually hurt them in the long run? This message, let's say, this interview from Canon is very telling to what they've been doing, right, guys? They haven't been putting out a lot of cameras. Everything has been stagnant and slow over the last 4 or 5 years. Maybe the writing has been on the wall and they've known this for all this time. Well, we know that they know it now, right? So I think we're going to also continue to see this decline in production of new models from Canon. Now, are other companies going to continue innovating and making more? Probably. But is it the right thing to do? I really don't know. So, bottom line here, what do you guys think? How do you think that things will fare? What do you think will happen with the companies? How will things work out for you if you are a professional? What are you going to do to make money in this shrinking industry? That's my question out to you. Once again, a little gloom and doom, but it is what it is. We have to talk about it, right? We have to talk about it. So anyways, guys, if you enjoy my content, please throw me a big thumbs up. That would be awesome. I would really appreciate it. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button so you can get all my content when it becomes available, and click the bell icon so when it is available, you will be notified of it. And finally, head over to my website, JCristina.com, where you can find all the photography tools that I've invented for you and me over the years, and hopefully there's something there that you might like, and if there is, please pick it up and support me. I would really appreciate it. That's it, guys. I'm out of here for yet another vlog. We'll see you in the next one. Happy shooting.